Afternoon, everybody. It's afternoon. The kids will be home in about half an hour or 45 minutes. But I wanted to show you some information that I got from the surgery center where I had my kidney stones removed, and it says what should I eat. I already know that if I eat things that are high in calcium and high in that other ingredient, if I eat them at the same time, they don't go to your kidneys, they go to your intestines, because they bind onto each other. But I still want to go. They might send me to a dietitian. I've been to a dietitian before, and the information she told me was so ridiculous. Okay. All right. The tips. Dietary guidelines to help kidney stones. Kidney stones are deposits of minerals and salts from inside your kidneys. Your risk of developing kidney stones may be greater depending on your diet, your lifestyle, the medicines you take, and whether you have certain medical conditions. Most people can lower their risks of developing kidney stones by following these dietary guidelines. Your dietitian may give you more specific instructions depending on your overall health and the type of kidney stones you tend to develop. Then they have tips for following the plan, which first and most important is reading food labels. Now, I'll turn the camera around so you can maybe follow it with me. It says choose foods with no salt added or low salt labels. Limit your salt intake to less than 1,500 milligrams a day. Choose foods with calcium for each meal and snack. Try to eat about 300 milligrams of calcium at each meal. Foods that contain 200 to 500 milligrams of calcium a serving include milk or non-dairy milks or calcium-fortified fruit juices, kefir, yogurt or soy yogurt, tofu, which I have no problem eating, and I have no problem eating cheese. You can also eat a cup of dried figs or a cup of cooked broccoli or cans of sardines or mackerel, which I could do if they're low enough in sodium. Broccoli I have no problem with. Figs I don't eat because they're high FODMAP. But there are several things here that I can use and stay keto. Some people don't eat tofu because it comes from beans, and a lot of beans are not keto friendly, but tofu has had the carbs removed. So I eat tofu with my keto meals. So it says how much calcium you need. And then shopping, buy plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables. Most people do not need to avoid fruits and vegetables, even if these foods contain nutrients that may contribute to kidney stones. When shopping for convenience foods, choose whole pieces of fruit, pre-made salads and dressing on the side, low-fat fruit, and yogurt smoothies. Avoid buying frozen meals or prepared deli foods. These can be high in sodium. Look for foods with live cultures such as yogurt and kefir. I love kefir, and I like Greek yogurt. So that's good. Choose high fiber grains. I do not eat grains, so I will not be eating any grains. Okay. Cooking. Do not add salt to food when cooking. Place a salt shaker on the table and allow each person to add their own salt to taste. Use vegetable protein such as beans, textured vegetable protein, or tofu instead of meat in pasta, casseroles, and soups. Well, I have no problem using tofu. I really like it. And I like my black soybeans because they're lower in carbs. Now, I'm probably going to meet with a dietitian at some point. But they have meal planning, which is avoid eating processed or pre-made food, which I already avoid most of it because most of it is so high in carbs anyway that I can't eat it. And I gave up fast food when I started eating keto, so that's not a problem. Eat less animal protein, including cheese, meat, poultry, or fish, if told by your dietitian. To do this, limit the number of times you have meat, poultry, fish, or cheese each week. Eat a diet free of meat at least 2 days a week to give your kidneys a break. Kidneys need breaks. And I know there is advice from medical advice from like thousands of years ago. Do not turn your stomach into a graveyard for animals, because they knew that eating too much meat caused health problems. Okay, eat only 1 serving each day of meat, poultry, fish, or seafood. When you prepare animal proteins, cut pieces into small portion sizes. For most meat and fish, 1 serving is about the size of the palm of your hand. Eat at least 5 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables each day. To do this, keep fruits and vegetables on hand for snacks. Eat 1 piece of fruit or a handful of berries with breakfast. I love berries and they're keto friendly. Have a salad and fruit at lunch. I can't eat that much raw stuff, and I can't eat most fruit, so it won't happen. That won't happen. I'll eat broccoli, though. Have 2 kinds of vegetables at dinner. I can do that. Broccoli and cabbage, or cauliflower and something. Yeah, I can do it. You may be told to limit foods that are high in a substance called oxalate. That's the other word I was looking for, oxalate. If I eat foods that are high in oxalate and calcium in the same meal, they will bind with each other and they will travel out of my body through the intestines and not go to the kidneys. So that's something to remember if I eat any of these items. These include spinach. I could have spinach and tofu, and that would work very well. And those spinach is the one thing on here that I really would like to have. And it's hard to give up peanuts, but if I eat peanuts, I will have to eat them with something that is that has calcium, and also measure. I know potato chips are the only thing that I sometimes eat, but if I were to get the ones that are low sodium, I could eat them once in a while, even though they're not keto friendly. Baked potatoes with the skin on. Oh, I love baked potatoes with the skin on. If I were to eat that with a calcium, with any food that's high in calcium, I could handle it. But it's not keto, so it won't be often. Nuts and nut products. Yeah, I have been eating a lot of nuts. I'm not eating too much chocolate. I only eat it once in a while, so I should really decrease the amount of nuts I eat. I can tell. If you regularly take a diuretic medicine, make sure to eat at least 1 to 2 servings of fruits or vegetables that are high in potassium each day. These include avocado, banana, and on the next page, there's a list. Orange, prune, carrot, or tomato juice. Baked potato, cabbage, beans, and split peas. Well, I won't be eating beans and split peas or drink juice, but I can do cabbage for sure. And then drink enough fluid to keep your urine pale yellow. And that's been hard to do. It has not been pale yellow for me since the surgery. It's been mostly dark and blood, so I need to do something about it. Okay, I don't drink alcohol, but if you do and you have kidney issues, you have to cut back. Make sure you don't overdo it because that will hurt your kidneys. Okay, there are general information. It says do not take high dose supplements of vitamin C. Oh, to take a calcium supplement. What? No probiotic supplement? What? Okay, well, talk to them first, is what they say. Because I do take probiotic supplements. And to take, I know I did take a lot of vitamin C after I got COVID. I took a lot because they wanted me to. I don't, if I watch and take foods from the high calcium list, I won't need to take a calcium supplement. Probiotics. My back is hurting from sitting here. I think it's the stent. Take other supplements such as magnesium, fish oil, or vitamin B6. Take over-the-counter and prescription medicines only as told by your healthcare provider. These include supplements. Okay, what foods should I limit? Limit your intake of the following foods or eat them as told by your dietitian. Okay. Spinach, rhubarb, beets, canned vegetables, pickles, olives, baked potatoes with skin. Well, I eat pickles and olives quite a bit and spinach. But if I make sure I eat them with, well, pickles and olives are salty. So, of course, I should not eat a lot of those. But spinach, I will have it. And I'll eat it with something high in calcium. Meats and other proteins to limit. Nuts and nut butters. It seems like nuts are not good to eat a lot of. So, I won't have them very often. I like sugar-free peanut butter. All right. I must eat cheese, though. I'm never going to give it up. But I could cut back. Regular vegetable juice will have sodium, and regular soft drinks are just generally bad for your health. You can see the point of that. Seasoning blends with salt. Of course, you need to read the labels and measure. Other foods, canned soups, canned pasta sauce, casseroles, pizza, lasagna, frozen meals, potato chips, and French fries. That's all the good stuff. But most of this is not keto anyway. So, canned pasta sauce is salty. That's why you have to look. But It doesn't say anything about jarred. But I guess I would have to read the label. Check sodium. So I have a very good list of advice here to start following. So there's my tofu, and I did season it with Tony Checheries, but I made sure I measured it because it comes with a certain amount of sodium. So I put a half teaspoon because this is going to be 2 meals, and it has less salt than what I should have per meal anyway. And I'm frying it in some butter, grass-fed butter. So I put this bag of peppers and onions in the pan with the tofu now. I'm trying to keep the vegetables on top. They're cooked, I mean soft enough. Freezing softens them in a way. So I'm just going to try to keep them on top of the tofu until the liquid evaporates somewhat. And then I'll mix it together and divide it into 2 meals. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, it's done and ready. I added some chopped garlic in there too near the end because I just want the garlic to release its flavor. I don't want to overcook the garlic. I don't like overcooked garlic because it loses so much flavor. So that's my bowl. Hassan put a squeeze of lemon on for me because I asked him to. I could put more hot spice in, but I didn't this time.